In 2020, every organization and company had to rethink their business model, including taking many in person experiences to the virtual world. Like it was for many businesses, this forced pivot could have meant the end for growing nonprofits, especially those that serve underrepresented communities like girls, women, and minorities. How do you comply with COVID-19 lockdown and distancing protocols when direct in person interactions between students, instructors, and mentors is the backbone of your organization's mission?
Hi, my name's Shreya. I'm Brianna. I'm Ayushi. I'm Madison. I'm Alexis. And I'm Megan. And I am a amazing tech girl. A super tech girl. I'm a confident tech girl. Funny tech girl.
I'm a creative tech girl.
An intelligent tech girl.
I'm a master tech girl.
Terrific tech girl.
Determined tech girl. I saw this opportunity and I really enjoyed working with robots and tech, and I really thought that this would help me become an engineer, and our school doesn't really do this, so I just enjoyed doing this account.
Your flames in the fire. It's spraying like your name on the flyer. They wanna tame your desire, but you light it up like your aim getting higher. I dey wait for Messiah, but until that day I'ma rise up. I put my light in the air. I wanna see everywhere. My man, let me see you. You by two for the same goal. Day by day for my people. I know say I'm out to be next to my neighbor. Let me see your light up.
I feel like this camp will help me because it's starting at a younger age. And rather than starting in high school or college, it starts in middle school, so that when you actually go to college, you kind of have a basic understanding of some of the
I know say I'm out to be next to my neighbor. Let me see you. Like two for the sea, put your light us. I give our people light us.
Today we learned how to fix problems previously from the days of what's wrong with our robot, and then we also learned how to present for tomorrow, present to our parents and what we learned in our robot and challenges we faced in our robot.
At first, the situation really did feel like an existential threat. Our curriculum, which is the backbone of our organization, had been built for an in person experience. We created Tech Shops in a Box as free curricula, complete with documentation, procedures, and materials. The idea is that any volunteer, from seasoned executive to passionate high schooler, could open a Tech Shops in a Box and get started engaging middle school girls in one of the more than 50 technology topics, regardless of their technology experience. Also, any middle school girl could enjoy this outside of the classroom program, regardless of previous exposure to technology. I know, sounds perfect, right? Why did we do this? To address a nagging drain of creativity and profitability from our nation's businesses. Did you know that by high school age, many young women lose interest in technology and avoid technology careers? That's right, by high school. Many studies confirm this business problem, its economic impact, and its tangle of societal causes. But we counter this complexity with a simple premise: make it easy for the girls and the mentors to work with technology together, in person. Did you catch that? In person? Mentors demonstrate tech passion, girls explore tech interests in a socially comfortable setting with their peers. This premise showed its power in March of 2019 for Code Breakers. 342 girls gathered in 20 locations across the country to collaborate on web pages via live stream, and that event set two records in one day. Most girls coding in one location at one time, and the most girls coding in multiple locations at one time. Plus, it busted two myths: that girls don't like technology and that girls aren't good at technology. Since 2009, we have reached more than 20,000 girls. Our participant surveys revealed that 95% of attendees wanted to return for another workshop. 85% of them said they would bring a friend the next time, and 75% reported feeling much more comfortable using technology, and they wanted to learn more. This year, we aim to drive those numbers higher, and then COVID came. In late February, we decided to indefinitely postpone all workshops to limit in-person contact per the pandemic guidelines. So what next? Therein nested existential crisis. How could our tech shops, our product designed for in-person interaction, succeed at a distance? Well, we wasted no time pondering and worrying. By March 1st, we committed to a virtual delivery. By early May, 60% of our workshops had been converted to allow remote delivery. In the first 90 days of the pandemic virtual pivot, demand for the workshops increased by more than 60% among thousands of middle school girls that were just eager for distance learning options. Nearly 2/3 of the virtual workshops had waiting lists, and demand for the tech shop style virtual summer camps skyrocketed. Numbers of girls and volunteer instructors increased in areas of the U.S. despite not being in person. Surprisingly, areas around the world where it had been near impossible to reach girls and volunteers have been able to participate in the free workshops. Now, I would love to tell you that this experience was an absolute smooth transition. It wasn't. I'm sure that doesn't surprise you. But we did it. We made it work. And as it is in most cases where one is faced with a literal global pandemic, after the dust settles and you have time to reflect, you tend to find some key takeaways and lessons learned from the experience. And I am here to tell you all about it. We moved quickly, but there were definitely some moments of fear and even doubt. I am a data-driven person, and my team is a data-driven team. When all the data was pointing towards the need to come up with a plan, that part was easy. The multitude of variables surrounding the state and local mandates, school closings, projected timelines, they all made me feel a little uncomfortable, to say the least. If we move too quickly, will we lose potential opportunities to impact more girls? If we wait, will it be too late? Let's just say there were more than a few sleepless nights. But then it hit me. The mission. The mission is what matters. It's what drives us. And the mission is clear. Our mission is to inspire middle school girls to explore technology through fun, interactive, educational experiences within a community of peers. You know what the mission does not say? It does not say in person. So then the question became, can we inspire middle school girls to explore technology through fun, interactive, educational experiences within a community of peers via Zoom? And the answer was yes. We knew we needed to act quickly because we already had girls signed up for workshops in March that we were no longer going to be able to have in person. I'll never forget the silence that was on the other line when I said to my team, let's go virtual next week. This timeline was short, really, really short, especially when you consider that we had not ever held a virtual workshop before. One of my favorite sayings is, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. And of course, we strive for perfection in anything that we do. But in this particular situation, it was very clear that we needed to move quickly. When you break a leg, what's the first thing you do? Do you check your hair in the mirror to make sure that you're going to look great for the doctor when you get to the hospital? Do you worry about your outfit or your shoes? In that moment, the most important thing is for you to get to the hospital quickly, get the care that you need so you can move forward. And in this situation, we knew that Zoom may have not been the best solution for us, but it was a solution that we were all very used to, we were accustomed to. We knew a lot of schools were also using Zoom, so we figured that would be good enough. Not perfect, but good enough. We had our curriculum. We knew that our curriculum worked in person. And although there are some topics that cannot be presented virtually, we had many that we could. So we came up with a list of the best workshops to host virtually. We put it out to our volunteers and we held our breath. I could be the first to tell you that letting go of control can feel oh so uncomfortable. You know the saying, something like, if you want something done right, you've got to do it yourself. Well, as a leader, this is a notion I'd given up quite some time ago, but the urge is still there. There was a lot of work to be done, and I surely couldn't do it myself. My team, small but mighty team, could not have personally delivered hundreds of virtual workshops. We needed all hands on deck, and that required a deep level of trust in our volunteers. At first, we called on the volunteers that we knew well, and based on their track record with us, we knew they could handle the challenge. But as the demand for workshops and the volunteer interest grew, we happily welcomed new volunteers. We provided training and very clear communication to help get us there. There are many things that set TechGirlz apart. Our hands-on project-based learning, our connection to the community, our belief that technology is so much more than just coding. But another big part of our secret sauce has always been to engage the girls first and then educate them. If we can get the girls excited about a project, excited about meeting new girls and hearing from amazing women and men in tech, then the rest will be able to fall in place a little bit easier. We definitely didn't want to lose that because we were virtual. Our icebreakers may look a little different and sound a little different too, but we still set aside that crucial time in the beginning of every workshop for the girls and the volunteers to get to know each other. Sure, the technology skills that we give our girls will carry them through to the next project and hopefully the project after that. But the confidence that they gain from realizing that they can be technologists or anything else that they choose is something that will last them a lifetime. I want to read an email we received from one of our participants. I just want to say thank you for the Entrepreneur Camp. I've attended many camps, but this one was my favorite. The best part was after the camp. I started my business. At first, it was a family thing, but now we are having people paying. I learned so much. Safety, advertising, entrepreneurship, so much. I used it on here and made my website. I'm still developing it. My business is kind of like TechGirlz. I teach younger kids. We specialize in many different subjects: ASL, which is American Sign Language, math tutoring, coding in Scratch, drawing, and so much more. We also do dog training. I just wanted to say thank you. Now I work hard to keep my business successful. We call it Teens to Kids. Thank you again. Now, in case you didn't catch it the first time, that was from one of our participants, a middle school girl. The biggest lesson and my biggest takeaway from this experience has been that even at a distance, we can create community and connect to our audience. So here we are months later into this pandemic pivot. Our workshops can now keep up with the demand of our families. Things are going relatively well, so we can rest now. I'm kidding, of course. There's still so much work to do. Many of our workshops require hardware, and we are working on finding funding to be able to put the necessary equipment in the hands of our girls. We are always developing new topics. Many of you may have heard of mobile first development. Well, welcome to virtual first development. We're starting to really think about our curriculum with virtual in mind first. We've even started a new program. Given the overwhelming popularity of the tech shops and the transition of many school districts to remote learning, we began to reimagine how we could continue to meet the girls' needs, not only for tech education, but also for virtual community. So our solution was tech pods, small groups of middle school girls and TechGirlz volunteers who meet weekly for a 6-week period. Think about it as like an after-school program. Within each tech pod environment, the middle school girl gets to make connections with other girls their age while learning the various tech topics and other skills. They provide student-centered instruction and community while keeping families safe and healthy. And we still aim to reach 10,000 girls on an annual basis by 2025, positively changing the minds of participants about their place in technology and inspiring them to pursue additional tech opportunities. It's really hard to imagine right now, but one day we will be back in person. Who knows when that day will be, but one thing is for sure. We will continue to provide virtual workshops for families that are not able to make it in person.
Using file paper like this. Yeah, and so
Nice.
we're we're still in a testing mode, so we don't know if it will always 100% work. Oh my goodness, it worked!